Man, man, excuse me. Look at that. Not off to a good start here, week one. Welcome into Pure Adrenaline Sports, everybody. John and Cam coming at you. Week one of the NFL season. So that also means week one of fantasy football season. Now, we had a couple games already. We had Kansas City and Baltimore, which we were live for on Thursday night. And then we had Green Bay and Philadelphia on Friday night. But yeah, lots of games today. And then the Jets and 49ers tomorrow night as well. So welcome in, Cam. I know we're only a few games into the season, but has your fantasy team gotten off to a good start, or didn't have anybody yet?
I've not had a single player play yet in my starting lineup, so
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, I had Love, and now he's going to miss a few weeks, but that's why I always draft a backup quarterback just for that case. Jacob loves the Jets is here saying hi. What's up, Jacob? So let's look. We'll wait for some people to hop in, Cam. But let me get see if we had the Tyreek Hill news breaking. But you said I saw you texted me back. Looks like he's already at the stadium and he's going to be fine to play today. And then we also got the Dak Prescott news. First off, touch up on the Hill news. When I first texted you, how concerned were you?
well, that's one of the first things I saw when I woke up. I was like, "What?" But I did some more research, and his agent said 1,000% he's playing.
Yeah. Yep. So let's. I also have Twitter going here. So let's get the NFL news over here. Jamar Chase will be active. Thank goodness.
Really hoping. I'm just kidding. Want a good matchup with you.
Prescott, you're a Cowboys fan, so touch up on Prescott here. How you feeling? What do you think of Dak as your quarterback anyway? But now he's locked in. I didn't see what the deal was.
Like 3 or 4 years, like 240 million. But I don't remember how much guaranteed. I can't remember the exact 4-year, $240 million contract extension. I don't remember the guarantees though. But I mean, he's just a regular season warrior. Won what? One or two playoff games.
Yeah,
And that's it. I think he's only won 2 playoff games. He's just postseason. Has nothing else to it.
yeah.
And now we have no money towards other positions. So if we fall short of another position, what are we gonna do?
I mean, what are you going to do? How much longer do you have before guys like Parsons needs a new contract?
Parsons is due for a contract. I think
Yeah,
he's either into this year or next year is his contract year. Paid CD, all that money. Now we got to pay Dak. I thought we were going to pay Parsons first and
mm-hmm.
then debate on Dak or not.
So let's look here. Still waiting for some people to pop in to ask some questions. We'll go over today's schedule. We'll also look at some of the projections I have for this week. Let me look here. Where is it? Analytics. So I did not announce this, so we might not get many people hopping in.
Hey, okay, maybe get some new people.
Yeah. Oh, you still there?
Yeah.
All right. Let's keep going through Dak's news here. Who would like to have Taylor Swift come into the booth? Okay, why? All right, yeah, we just saw that. Jamar Chase is active. Malik Neighbors. Kendrick Lamar
No way.
will perform at the halftime of the Super Bowl.
Let's go. I'm excited for that. Let's go. That's when I'll be down to watch.
That's a big thing because I believe that the performers have to pay for that. I don't think they get paid for that.
I don't know if they do or not. But hey, it should be an honor to pay for it anyway. I don't
Hey,
care.
Charles is here. What is up, Charles? Headliners for the free agent class next year: Russell Wilson, Justin Fields. Oh, both quarterbacks in Pittsburgh, huh?
Yeah. Wilson not playing. Fields starting today.
Wow. Oh, is that in? I did
Confirmed.
not
Yes.
see it.
think he's dealing with a calf or like some kind of leg injury.
Here we go. Inactive reports.
T. Higgins doubtful for today. Probably not going to play. Hamstring. Horrible time to get it at the start of the year.
Early window. Are these the guys that are out?
Yes.
Russell Wilson,
yeah.
Roman Wilson, John Elliott, Falcons.
Notable.
Arizona and Buffalo, the game you'll be doing, Cam. No, no big names there to me. Titans, Jamal Adams is out.
Your man, your guy.
Oh, Tyler Scott, Roshan Johnson.
Wow. Dak Pickens.
Charles asking everybody to smash that like button. Says he's great today in paradise. Let's go. Patriots inactives, Javon Baker, Joe Milton. Not too familiar. Oh yeah, there it is. T. Higgins.
Man. Yeah, I mean, this is a horrible part of the year to get a hamstring injury because it's just going to be lingering with you possibly the entire year.
Correct. Charles saying hello to Cam as well. Robert's here. What's up? What's up, guys? You're just doing a little fantasy football Q&A right now. So if you guys play fantasy, let us know if you have any questions. Texans, Akers, Mechie. Ooh, no Josh Downs for the Colts.
Mallory not playing, so I think Granson's the backup, maybe.
Matt Gay. That's their kicker.
Wow.
Dolphins. Tyreek Hill should be on this list.
Playing.
Huh?
Not playing.
Panthers, Saints. Those are two teams I don't know what to expect from those two teams this year.
I think the Saints are going to be trash this
year. Yeah.
Except for Alvin Kamara, who's going to be my PPR machine.
PPR.
Vikings, Fabian Moreau is really the only one. Giants don't really have anybody notable. Maybe
Brett Rippon is the emergency third quarterback.
Won't be needed.
Late window, I guess they haven't made those announcements yet. So let's go back to see. That's the news that's breaking. Is Kendrick Lamar. Yep. And Jamar Chase will be active. So let's look at let's actually go to NFL and look at this week's schedule.
Well, I forgot to ask you. I know you're going to be doing the Mets game.
Mm-hmm.
Are you having the Mets game on your TV or is it on your computer?
The Mets game is going to be on my computer.
Okay, because I was going to ask and see if you were able to stream the Bills Cardinals game because I'll just have to be on a big delay. That's okay.
So 2 games earlier, we did the live stream on Thursday night. Chiefs won that one 27-20. Eagles hold on to beat the Packers. I didn't see much of that game. Did you, Cam?
I watched a good portion of that game. Yeah, it was like, oh my gosh, field conditions were horrible. Players slipping left and right. The very last play of the game, the very last play, Malik Willis, the backup for Jordan Love, came in because Love got injured on the second to last play. And he went out there and it was last play, 50-yard line, Hail Mary, and he literally slipped and got tackled.
Well,
he straight slipped.
I mean, that's a bad job by the NFL. They should not be playing at stadiums that are meant for soccer.
Exactly. It's different.
It's different. Exactly.
It's completely different. But, hey, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, wow. I mean, Saquon looked great, right?
Jaden Reed. Wow.
Charles is saying the Saints are going to go 8-9. 8-9.
I think a little bit less than that. Maybe I think honestly 7-10.
Charles is a Miami Dolphins fan. Don't know why we let him hang out with us.
Hey, he brings us Tyreek Hill. I'm happy with it.
So other games, Cam will have the Cardinals and Bills game. The Steelers and Falcons at 1:00. Titans, Bears, Patriots, Bengals, Texans, Colts. Colts are one of those teams I don't know what to expect from the Colts.
I'm expecting better. Hey, Anthony Richardson. I really think he's the real deal. I really do think he is. But they might be a fringe playoff team at best. Fringe.
Jaguars, Dolphins. Now, heading into last year, I thought this would have been a great matchup. I don't think the Jaguars are as good as people think.
The game for them to prove wrong.
They're going to be. I mean, they are going to be in playoff contention, but I mean, I would not be surprised if Miami destroyed them today.
I'd be fine with that. A-Chain 3 touchdowns, Tyreek Hill 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, Miami putting up a 70 spot week 1. Like didn't they do that against Denver last year?
I don't think it was week 1. It was like one of the first 3 weeks, though. I think it's the Broncos.
So Panthers Saints going to be the least watched game of the week, probably. Vikings Giants, but then the 4:00 games. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Cam.
Not far off from being the
right
least watched game there.
Then 4:00 games. Raiders Chargers, Broncos Seahawks. Don't know what to expect from the Broncos this year either. Your Cowboys going into Cleveland.
Underdogs.
What are you expecting out of that one?
Well, 2 very solid defenses. I would expect low scoring, and I'm just kind of surprised that we're, underdogs going into Cleveland. Honestly, what has Cleveland done lately? I mean, we've been regular season warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Went 12-5 the last 3 years. Yes, the Browns have one of the better defenses in the league, but still, their offense isn't great. Especially now, Nick Chubb's not in there right now too.
Yep.
So, I think we can go into Cleveland and win. I think we can.
So we'll keep an eye on that as well. Commanders, Buccaneers.
Should be Bucks, but I'm very intrigued by Jane Daniels. I'm actually starting him in and against you, I believe, in one of our leagues. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's my. I can't remember which one it is.
Charles says Miami Dolphins will follow in the Miami Hurricane shoes, blowing out teams thus far.
It's my league, John. Then I have them start against you.
I should probably check my lineups, huh?
Yeah. Hey, you should have made that trade with Seaweed. I'm telling you. Get rid of Jordan Love.
Mickey Delaney says, "Morning, everyone from Washington State." Welcome in, Mickey.
How's it going?
Then you and I will be live tonight for Rams and Lions.
Very exciting.
And tomorrow night, Jets and 49ers.
Very exciting.
Who? What game's exciting?
The Monday night game?
No. There is rumors. Did you see?
About?
Somebody's doubtful for the game on Monday night.
Who would that be?
CMC is officially listed as doubtful.
Wow. That's tragic. Holy, well, I picked up Jordan Mason for a reason. I mean, should I just start Jordan Mason over whoever I have at running back? Wow, that's crazy.
Let's see. Let me go to Twitter and put CMC. That was the case yesterday. Don't know.
Might be game time decision.
Game time decision.
Oh way.
That's the rough part, but if you're rocking with CMC, back yourself up with Jordan Mason.
I have him in 3 of my 4 sleeper leagues. Is my on the bench.
Charles says the Detroit Lions will absolutely destroy the Los Angeles Rams. I don't think so. I think they'll beat them, but I don't think they'll destroy them. I think both teams are playoff teams.
I agree. Cooper Kupp RB1 season. Receiver
what? RB1?
Yeah, he's gonna be taking a lot of rushes in the backfield this year. WR1 this year. Let's go. Oh wow, I'm so impressed.
Yeah. Do that with a defender draped all over you.
Yep.
Then I'll be impressed. Then that'll tell me you're ready then. Oh, there it is. Dak Prescott's new deal with Dallas includes $231 million guaranteed
For a
and
guy
an
that hasn't
$80
even won a
million
Super Bowl.
signing bonus.
Hasn't even made the championship.
Wow.
Getting paid that money. That's just baffling to me. And he's starting to get out of his prime.
In 2015, Aaron Rodgers was in the third year of his reign as the NFL's highest paid player at $22 million. 9 years later, Dak Prescott just got a contract extension worth $60 million a year. Yikes. Oops, I should have shut that off because that's not this week's power rankings video. Not just Breeze, but Brady makes his debut today in the booth.
Isn't he doing
He's actually
Dallas
calling the
Cleveland?
Cowboys Browns game.
Well, I'll be listening on that one.
Yep. And still just Kendrick Lamar, so not much news going on. So let's take a look at this week's projections. I have Josh Allen ranked as the number one quarterback this week.
Trash.
Trash. Arizona gave up the fifth. Now, this is off of last year. I know every year is different. But Arizona gave up the fifth most points last year to quarterback. So, ooh. Charles says, in your opinion, for Super Bowl champion, the Kansas City Chiefs or the field? I'm going to take the field because I think somebody's going to knock them off this year.
Yeah.
I think what's going to happen is somebody else is going to get home field advantage, and they're going to have to go on the road in the AFC and lose. So that's what I think. But what do you think?
I agree. I agree. Honestly, I feel like it's such a tough league. People are getting better. It's just hard for me to say that the Chiefs are going to win every year.
Mm-hmm. All right, Mahomes, Hurts, Jackson already played. So then we had C.J. Stroud. Man. Burrow. I don't know what to expect from Burrow coming back from injury. Do you have him in any of your fantasy leagues?
No, I think he's going to be fine, though, honestly. I think he'll be good. I haven't heard any, bad news about his injury. He should be a good go.
No, and the one guy in our fantasy football league here for the channel, after the draft, he kept trying to trade him to me for Jordan Love, and I probably should have made the trade.
That's what I was telling you. I was like, do it.
But then Anthony Richardson, Kyler Murray. What are you expecting out of Murray this year?
I'm really high on Murray this year. I think this is going to be like a healthy year for him. He's going to be, honestly, a fantasy beast, I feel like, because he's got an alpha receiver now, a young alpha guy. He's going to be just running left and right, honestly. But giving all the touchdowns to James Conner, my running back, of course.
Of course. Caleb Williams getting the start in Chicago. We'll see. I did not think he was the go-to guy, but Chicago does. So we'll see how he does. Going up against Tennessee. Tennessee is one of those sneaky teams. You don't expect them to be good, but then all of a sudden they're right in the middle of everything.
I think they could be a potential fringe team. I think Will Levis is definitely going to take a step up this year. They have a good running back group, good receiving group. Their defense is always usually pretty solid. Got to worry about that O-line a little bit.
Yeah. Let's see here. Then Tua. The big thing with Tua, though, every year, you got to hope he doesn't take a shot to the head. One hit away. I don't even know who their backup is. They had Mike White last year, but they cut him.
I'm not too sure. Oh, I just saw this cool stat right here. I'm watching NFL Network. It said Tua is 1-5 when he sacked 3 and more times.
Wow. Did they say who that win was against?
They did not know.
I bet it was the Jets.
That's about right.
Yeah. Jordan Love, once again, we'll keep an eye on that. They said it's not season ending, but definitely going to be out a long time. Green Bay's in trouble.
Yeah, because Malik Willis, he sucks.
Yep.
He is trash. We saw what he did in Tennessee. He didn't. I mean, he only was out there for one play. And to be fair, I'll give him benefit of the doubt. The field was horrible. He did slip, but
right.
You still got to find a way to just lob it up and give your team a chance, because all you needed was a touchdown to win the game, and you just completely eliminated the chance for them.
I don't know if he's still on the team, but they did have Sean Clifford, but they must not believe in him because they made that move for Willis.
I have no idea, honestly. Boy, trash.
Who's trash?
All of them.
Well, who? All these guys?
No. All the Packers.
Oh, all the Packers trash. Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence has not lived up to the hype of generational talent like they said he was coming out of college.
Still fairly young though.
He's not been horrible.
No.
But he's not been, I would not put him in the top 5 to 8 quarterbacks in the NFL.
I'd put him like 13-ish, maybe around that range.
Then Stafford tonight. But then your boy Jaden Daniels, I know you're high on him. What are you seeing out of Daniels that you like?
Well, the big thing for me is just he's got that huge rushing upside. That's what I like about it, fantasy wise at least. I mean, I don't know how he's going to be as like a typical like quarterback, but like fantasy wise, this guy has all the tools to be maybe even a top 5 this year. Dare I say? I don't know.
I mean, I have him projected today for 230 yards passing, a touchdown, an interception, and 7 carries for 38 yards. So
definitely more than capable to do that.
Yeah,
more.
Deshaun Watson in Cleveland going up against Dallas. I know Dallas did lose one of their cornerbacks in the preseason, right?
Ron Bland had some kind of foot surgery or something. He will be out like almost half the year. But we do have this guy we drafted, Kalen Carson, out of Wake Forest, who's looked really good. I think he's going to be starting.
So if you're getting down to these guys past this, you're probably not going to get a ton of points out of your fantasy quarterback on a weekly basis. But I mean, still getting projected to score over 19 points. So
it's all really close. I mean, they're all close. You said before even any of the drafts, like the drop off between quarterbacks is not really there.
Do you think Aaron Rodgers will stay off after today's game?
IR probably.
Well, yes, because the Jets don't play today. Oh, that ain't right. That ain't right. Guaranteed Aaron Rodgers isn't getting hurt. Now what? He's going to fall down the steps and break his arm or something at the hotel.
Oh, man. So who's y'all's backup now? Quarterback. Is it Tyrod?
Yeah, Taylor. Yep. So hopefully the training staff doesn't give him an injection in his lung or something.
He's actually serviceable. I wouldn't be upset with him if he had to come in with more for a quarterback.
So that's the quarterbacks. Anybody down in this range that should be higher, Cam?
Actually, yes. I keep an eye out on Bryce Young. Once again, he's got that rushing upside a little bit. I think Carolina's going to have a much better year. They have a better receiving room. They worked on that line a little bit. The defense is obviously still pretty solid. I like Bryce Young this year a little bit. I think he's going to surprise some people.
We'll keep an eye on him as well. Let's go to running backs. So right now, coming into the week, I had McCaffrey listed at number 1. He's still there, even though he is. I guess we'll say it's questionable and not doubtful, because they said it was a game time decision, so that makes it more questionable. But Bijan, At number 2 this week, your guy Alvin Kamara. You've been high on him the last 2 years, I remember. I don't remember the first year we did fantasy.
I can't remember. He's my third running back in one of my leagues.
And then your boy A-Chain coming in at number 4.
Oh, yeah, baby. Let's go.
Saquon, man. I mean, it's going to be the thing with Barkley, right? Injury is always a concern, but Saquon looked great on Monday night or Friday night.
Brushed it.
Yep. Giant fans were going nuts on Twitter.
Oh, underutilized him.
Hey, they should have never paid Daniel Jones what they paid Daniel Jones.
Yep. And you got rid of your best player to an in-division rival.
Yep.
You let him walk to the in-division rival.
I understand. People are like, why would he go to Philadelphia? Well, he's from this area.
Yeah, exactly. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But you should have kept him. Should have given him the money.
Yep. Josh Jacobs, like I said, I didn't see the Philly game. Do you know how Jacobs did? I did not see it, so I don't know what his stats were.
Jacob had a horrible first half. He only had like 14 yards in the first half, but he definitely picked it up. He finished the game with 70 rushing yards.
It said he had a total of 104 yards.
He had a couple catches. I think he had a catching touchdown, I believe. He didn't have a rushing touchdown, I don't think.
But Saquon, there it is. Saquon had a combined 132 yards and 3 touchdowns. I know 2 of the touchdowns were receiving, right?
Yes, I believe 2 of them were receiving, yes. Yep. Oh, no, Jacobs didn't have a touchdown.
Nope. But then we got guys like Jonathan Taylor going up against Houston. Breece Hall going up against San Francisco. That's going to be tough. Gibbs going up against the Rams. White. That's a guy that's always questionable. Either if you're in fantasy, you either love this guy or you can't stand him. I'm on the side with you. I really can't stand him. I don't trust him there in Tampa Bay. I don't trust that offense down there with Todd Bowles. But why don't you like White?
Like people say, he's extremely inefficient. The only way he's fantasy relevant is because he gets the ball 25 times. Of course, somebody's going to be relevant with more touches. Yeah, he gets all the touches. But, I mean, he's so inefficient. He averages, low, 3 yards a carry. And that's pretty bad for a running back in this league. I just don't like him. I don't like where he's going. I think he should be a lot lower.
Let's look. ETN, a guy you and I think we're both pretty high on. Going up against Miami, though. I don't know how good Miami's defense is. Derrick Henry, I thought when he signed there, I thought that was a bad spot for him to go. Now, he did have a touchdown and 46 yards rushing. But 13 carries for the game. I think he had 6 on the opening drive, and then he had 7 the rest of the game.
Justice Hill, watch out for him. He had 5 catches in the first quarter.
And you even said it, not to switch over to tight ends, but you even said likely was a better option at the tight end position. And man, likely. First off, he had a touchdown. But then he almost had a second one.
Almost had over 30 fantasy points.
Right.
The backup tight end.
Yep.
He played 66% snap share.
Wow.
Crazy to me. For a healthy Mark Andrews, apparently.
All right. A guy I'm high on. Kenneth Walker. Aaron Jones went to Minnesota. He's going up against the Giants.
Trash.
Joe Mixon went to Houston.
I think he should be a little bit higher, honestly. Keep an eye out on him in there in Houston.
Yeah, because he's going to catch the ball out of the backfield. Tony Pollard, your former running back, goes to Tennessee.
Have fun.
Have fun.
Have fun, Tennessee.
Ramondre Stevenson. Not a big fan of anybody on nobody in the New England running game. Let's just say that. I do have a fantasy wide receiver from New England, so
I do have some as well.
Yeah.
Stashing some Jalen Polk.
Yeah, that's who I got. I got in one of my leagues, I got him as well. Pacheco had a big night, 78 total yards, touchdown as well.
2 receptions to go along.
Yep. James Cook. Probably just because of my hatred for Buffalo. Not a big fan of James Cook.
I think he has a much better, like a really good game against a piss poor Arizona front.
Mm.
I think this is going to be like where he could be a top 5 play this
Well,
week.
Austin Eckler. Don't like the fit in Washington, but somebody just subscribed. I didn't see who it was. Carlos. Welcome in, Carlos. Thank you for subscribing. See, it told me here.
Yeah.
Your boy, Raheem Mostert, here on the list. Projected at 13 carries, 60 yards, 40% chance at a touchdown.
I think he's still fantasy relevant, but he's not going to have the same year he had last year.
No, he's going to get the ball down at the goal line, ain't he?
Probably, yeah. But A-Chain's going to run it in before they even get to the goal line.
Geez. So the guys after this, Cam, who do I have projected way too low? Out of these next tier of guys, I could point out maybe Kyron Williams should be higher for week one.
Definitely Kyron Williams. He should not be that low. Yes, I know he's returning punts, or returning kickoffs, but from what we saw in that game, they're barely taking him back anyway. So
right.
all he's sitting doing is just sitting back there and catching it. So that changes nothing for me with his projection. So I think he should be quite a bit higher, regardless of who he's facing.
I know a guy we were all high on during our mock drafts, Chase Brown. Now the running back there in Cincinnati, but apparently splitting carries with Zach Moss.
By the end of the season, he will be taking over because, I mean,
gotcha.
It's Zach Moss. Come on.
Zach Moss, come on.
Chase Brown looks more efficient. He's more explosive, and he's a lot younger. Why would you not go with the more explosive, effective, younger guy?
J.K. Dobbins. Chuba's. Oh, Zamir White way down at the bottom. 9.7. You would think he would be higher.
Yeah, especially get to Chargers defense. That Chargers defense has not been relevant for a good while.
And now that Jacobs is gone, he's going to be the lead man there.
Should be, yeah. We'll see about him. I'm not too set on him yet.
So, and after here, if these guys are in your starting fantasy running backs, probably time to look to make a trade with somebody. But let's move over to wide receivers. Your boy Tyreek Hill coming in at number 1. Did have that little scare with him being arrested here before the game. I guess on the way to the stadium.
It was he was speeding on the the stadium zone, and he got pulled over for it. I don't know the details on why it escalated where he was handcuffed on the ground by 3 cops.
Yeah,
but it was a simple just speeding. From what I saw.
Yeah, so why does it go from unless he was mouthing off?
It was probably his mouth, I would guess.
But Justin Jefferson, I don't know, man. Sam Darnold throwing you the ball. Is Justin Jefferson going to put up wide receiver 2 numbers?
I don't care. I think he's QB proof. I think he had Nick Mullins, and I'll take Sam Darnold over Nick Mullins in a heartbeat. And Nick Mullins was making him relevant in fantasy. So I don't think he's just quarterback proof. You can throw it up and he'll get it.
I mean, that's true. I mean, look at not to put Garrett Wilson on the same level as Justin Jefferson, but look what Wilson did with Zach Wilson throwing him the ball.
Exactly. It wasn't the same level, like you said, but he still put over 1,000 yards with Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
What did Trevor Siemian play for y'all?
Yep.
Yeah, all those guys. So kudos to Wilson, man. Golly.
So we shall see your boy CeeDee Lamb going up against Cleveland. Tough matchup on paper. You never know. You break one, you break a tackle, you go 60, 70 yards. All of a sudden, you have a great fantasy day, no matter what happens the rest of the day.
Can happen against any team. I don't care what the defense is. It happens.
St. Brown tonight going up against the Rams. Jamar Chase. We did see Jamar Chase is active for week 1. Malik Neighbors. I know Giant fans are very high on Malik Neighbors.
I think it's just so high for me to put him there. this early on. I don't know how to project rookies
Yeah.
week 1. So putting him almost top 5 in week 1 is very intriguing.
Well, part of that's probably based because I'm going off of last year's stat numbers from Minnesota's defense. They gave up the 6th most fantasy points to wide receivers. So
Yeah, and this can change.
go ahead.
This can
Yeah.
change. So
Yep.
we'll see.
Devontae Adams. I don't know. Going up against the Chargers, Adams could have a monster game this week. Gardner Minshew's the starting quarterback there with the Raiders.
Hey, he made Pittman pretty relevant last year though, so I'm not fully against it.
Yeah. Then tomorrow night, Garrett Wilson, AJ Brown had a big game. 10 targets, 5 catches, 119 yards, and a touchdown.
Very nice game. Very nice.
Yep. Cooper Kupp coming back. I guess he came back last year, but now you got Kupp and Nakua.
Fully healthy. Who do you guard? I don't know. I need Kupp to be very relevant this year. He's my 1 in my money league this year. With my team with like 3 spots down is my wide receiver too. So I like those projections already, John.
Let's see here. Marvin Harrison. It's going to be tough. See, this is why you can't go by that. I'm sorry. Buffalo, 27th. So very tough matchup. Didn't give up many points to fantasy wide receivers, but I don't like their defense this year.
They lost everybody. They didn't really replace anybody. They lost what? Is Matt Milano out, right? I believe.
Yeah. And he got hurt, so their best
linebacker's gone. I mean, that defense is not going to be great. It won't.
Then your boy Olave. There's Olave.
No, not my boy anymore.
Stephon Diggs. Is that you're talking about Diggs in Houston?
No, Waddle.
I don't see Waddle on the list.
Are you just blind?
Waddle. Well, that was my first thought this morning once I saw the Hill news. Because I have Waddle in one of my other leagues.
So I have Waddle in my money league. I'm like, okay, that just makes things even better for me. But I mean,
Drake London. Let's look here. Let's look at some of these names. Who should be higher up on the list here?
Debo's
got a tough matchup against the Jets. Evans, Pittman.
I think Mike Evans should be higher. I think he should be like almost a 16 range. He's playing a piss poor Washington defense. You look at according to your last year's rankings, second.
Yeah, second most points
allowed, and they didn't get much better. And their first round cornerback from last year, he's trash. He's going to be guarding them all game. He's going to be towering over them and just I think he should be around like the 16-point projection.
There's the other Rams wide receiver, Puka Nacua. So here we are already week 1. I know it's only projections, but coming into the year, Nacua was ranked higher in average draft position. But here we come into week 1, and at least my projections, I have Nacua. Let's see here, 13.5,
16.2,
against 16.2. So
I think both of them could hit that.
I mean, 6 catches, 76 plus yards. Yeah, both of them could definitely hit that. Absolutely. Let's see here, Terry McLaurin. Since you're high on the quarterback, I would expect. I mean, he's going to have to throw the ball at somebody.
They got rid of Johnson. This is your go-to security blanket right here. This is the guy you're going to have to depend on, and he's going to have. I think he's going to have a great year. This might be a career year for Terry McLaurin because this is probably the best quarterback he's ever played with.
Deontay Johnson goes to Carolina. Zay Flowers played the other night, 6 catches, 51 yards.
They was looking good. He was getting most of the targets from Lamar Jackson, receiver-wise. It was mostly just Zay Flowers and Isaiah Likely were getting the targets, and that was it.
Let's see, Rashid Rice. Oh, I might have to do something here because it's not giving him points per reception. So if you look at it, he had 17 points.
He didn't get those points for art.
So I don't know why that's off there, but we'll take a look. Hey, there's Weed. Yeah, there he is. Yo, John,
I
you should have
told
traded
you.
me Love for Burrow.
That's what I said.
Why? I still don't want Joe Burrow. I'll take Kirk Cousins as my backup or Trevor Lawrence. Thank you.
Dear Lord. Dear Lord.
But how about anybody in this tier that should be higher?
I definitely think Rice should be higher. I mean, he had 9 targets.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best quarterbacks in the league. Keep an eye on Tank Dell. I mean, that was CJ Stroud's favorite target. Last year. I know Diggs is there, but hey, just because he comes there doesn't mean he still can't be your favorite target.
Like I said, I did not see the Green Bay Philadelphia game. Jaden Reed, 4 catches, 171 yards.
Oh yeah, and I know he had a 30-something yard rushing touchdown as well.
Wow. Oh, so it's probably factoring in all the yards, not just receiving yards. So I was going to say that'd be over 40 yards a catch.
Yeah, I don't know. He did not. No, that's definitely the rushing yards too, because he was very efficient.
So Tank Dell, we'll keep an eye on Tank Dell, especially week 1. Adam Thielen's still in the league. Any of these guys? Oh, Polk. I know you and I were both high on Polk. It'll be interesting to see how that turns out.
Just the guy you stash. He doesn't have to be great, but hey, he could be the one in not a good New England offense, and you could have a wide receiver 1 just sitting on your bench. Why not?
Yeah.
I think Jacoby Myers should be higher, though. I think he's going to be hitting like the 11-12 range for sure. He had a great year last year. He was a top 25 receiver last year.
Wow. So let's keep going. 15 or so minutes away from kickoff. Let's see if we have any other NFL breaking news here.
Wow. Yeah, do not depend on Malik Willis. I would take Tannehill in a heartbeat for him to start for 3 to 6 weeks.
So if Tannehill signs, I'm picking him up because I'd still rather have Tannehill than that trash quarterback in Cincinnati.
Okay.
Wow. So Twitter was that person on Twitter that started that rumor was right.
Yeah.
They did have a trade in place, and he called it off.
I don't blame him.
Caleb Williams.
Painting his nails.
Road crowd going. Tyreek was pulled over for... Okay, never mind. Ew. Look at the Giants throwback uniforms.
What? Okay, I could maybe get behind it.
But not the helmet.
I think the pants do not go along with the whole thing in general. I think if they had like better pants, I think it could work.
Okay.
The last thing after we saw.
Yeah. So let's keep going here. Let's go to tight ends here real quick. Kelce did not have a good game week 1.
It is not tight end 1 season for Travis Kelce, and that's why I didn't take him in many of my leagues. I think this is the downfall of Travis Kelce this year.
Weed says, "Don't disrespect my G-Men uniforms." Weed, come on, man. You cannot say those are good uniforms. Yeah. The helmet was horrible. The pants are horrible. The jersey wasn't too bad. But my goodness, man, that was horrendous.
It was just like a bunch of just mess put up together.
Let's go back and look at that.
It doesn't really correlate.
Look at that.
Because the jersey, I don't hate the jersey.
I don't hate the jersey. But that looked fake. Well, I don't want to say fake Michigan helmet because the Giants were probably around just as early as Michigan was.
Maybe, yeah. But like the pants are just disgusting with it. It makes it gross to look at.
Oh, I don't want that. I want to see
pants. I mean, what?
Tan pants.
Tan pants. rock some black or white pants.
Yeah.
Black or white would automatically elevate that uniform.
Yeah. And maybe with the blue helmet and the red stripes or whatever they're calling them, maybe like a white border outline.
Maybe, yeah, even that.
Yeah, just a thin little outline to make it stand out or something.
And just a little bit of changes here and there, and it would automatically be a great uniform.
All right, Cam, let's wrap this up real quick. We won't worry about kickers and defense. I know you're getting ready to cover Arizona and Buffalo, so we'll keep an eye on your stream there. But yeah, Kelsey, not a good performance. Andrews, not a good performance. Goddard, not that great either.
So far, the only good, relevant tight end is
your boy Isaiah Likely, 9 catches, 111 yards, and a touchdown, and inches away from having 10 catches. What, it would have been about 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. So,
I mean, you saw what Patrick Mahomes said.
No, I didn't.
Should have wore white shoes.
Should have wore white shoes.
Should have wore white shoes.
I don't think it would have mattered. He was out of bounds.
He was, but man, I was really hoping. I was like, because after that, I thought he was getting injured. I was like, well, he's not going to hit 30.
Taylor Swift was disappointed.
He was too distracted by her up there.
She doesn't even have him on her fantasy team, so. But Laporta, I know McBride, man, you've been high on McBride all offseason. I'm not seeing it. Why are you high on McBride?
I mean, he was just straight up. He was amazing last year. He came out of nowhere. He was a top 5 tight end down the stretch, and now he's getting a better quarterback at play. And you can't say, oh well, Kyler Murray's a big rushing quarterback. He's not going to throw it to him as much. He had Josh Dobbs. If anything, that guy's more of a rushing quarterback than a throwing quarterback. So he's getting the elevated quarterback. I think he's going to play a full year starting for them. I think he has a potential tight end 1 season this year, because I don't know who the one's going to be this year. I can't tell, because so far Kelsey does not look it, and Mark Andrews does not look it.
No. Nope. So hey, maybe Laporta, maybe our boy. We're both high on Ingram.
I hope it's Ingram. I really do. He's my tight end in every league almost.
I'm not sold on Kincaid and Buffalo, but should get the ball a lot now that both wide receivers are gone. So Kyle Pitts, it'll be interesting to see. I know Kirk Cousins likes to dump the ball off to the tight end position, so we'll see how he fares there. Kittle's always going to be in the top tier of fantasy tight ends. So, yeah, Charles, thank you so much for being here today, Charles. Cam will be live with Arizona and Buffalo. Then I will be live with the Mets and Reds, game 3 of that series. And then Cam and I, not sure about Fitzy yet, but Cam, you and I will definitely be live tonight for the Rams and Lions game on Sunday night. So good stuff. What are you looking forward to overall in football today? Maybe not so much your Dallas Cowboys, and fantasy football, any other thing you're looking forward to?
Honestly, my mind is just hard stuck on watching every possible game I can with fantasy players I have. I'm all locked in on fantasy right now, so I'm so excited and pumped, ready to go.
Gotcha. So good luck to your team. I know in the 2 leagues we are in together, we are playing each other in both. Unbelievable, because the schedule doesn't come out until after you hold the draft in the fantasy league. Yep. So I kind of like that, so you don't know who you're playing. And it worked out that you and I are playing each other in both leagues.
It's like they just know.
Yeah.
They just know.
So good luck there. We will be in your chat leading up to our game as well. So good luck covering your first NFL game solo. Unfortunately, I don't have an overlay, so I'll stop in when you have the thing set up on the screen, and then I'll try to create one real quick for you while you're doing the beginning of the game there.
ESPN, right?
Yeah, ESPN's the easiest.
Got you.
But let's look here. Until next stream. Peace, Charles. Thank you, Charles, for being here. Charles is always here. Very apologetic if for some reason he misses the stream. So good stuff, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Enjoy your NFL Sunday. Once again, Mets baseball at 1:30 this afternoon as well. And then tonight, again, NFL Sunday Night Football will be live for that. So we will see everybody in the next stream.